Recording, recording, recording in progress.
Recording.
Wiki. Hey, nice hat, Indiana Jones.
Thank you. I was
Were
wearing
you uh were you on a safari earlier?
I was on a
Oh
surf.
wait,
Oh,
surfari,
yeah,
surfari.
surf. Right.
Yeah. Hey, welcome back to Tom Talks, where I'm Tom. I am not your host, but Indiana Jones here is. His name is Foti. How you doing? Are you coming
I,
back from a
I
safari?
I doff my hat to thee. Um,
No, you don't have
yes,
to take it off just because I'm making fun of you.
it won't fit. It just doesn't fit. I got too big of a noggin. Welcome back to the show, everybody. Where nothing we find that nothing is funnier than real life. In fact, we couldn't make this shit up. Honestly,
No, not at all.
nothing.
Well, a little bit, maybe,
This is
maybe,
Shmidge. You know,
maybe though.
I want to give us
Allegedly.
allegedly, until proven in court. I would like to give a special shout out.
Oh,
Yeah, to our two viewers in the year
our sponsors?
2075. Yes,
Oh, yes,
and
yes, our famous viewers of 2075. Hello, guys,
hi guys,
the house
and
peoples.
I realize now that the our two viewers in the future, other than us,
Yeah, of
uh,
course.
will undoubtedly understand and appreciate the fact that kind of like the in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, how their
Mhm.
music united the world and brought peace. Our
Yes, yeah, yeah,
our
yeah, I remember that.
purported
Yeah.
comedy is what
Our,
will pur,
I'm
pur,
sorry, our what?
purported. You don't know the word purport?
I'm not familiar. No, I'm not
Oh,
familiar with that term.
our
Please
supposed,
indulge.
our
Ah,
supposed,
okay,
our alleged comedy,
okay,
our
yes.
self-proclaimed comedy is what's going to bring
Mm,
peace to the world. And they were the wild stallions. We
yes.
actually will just be the wild asses. You know what I mean?
Right?
Excellent party time. Oh, that's Wayne's World. But you
Yeah,
know
Wayne's
that
World.
that makes me think. Then I wonder if the our future patrons are actually, in actuality, the Bill and Ted themselves. It's Keanu Reeves and Alex Winters who are watching
Well,
this.
their progeny.
Yeah, well, no, I have a feeling they're going to live forever.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's quite the concept, man. I
it's
like
it's
that.
it's going to be Keanu's genetic code. You
Mm,
know, so our arch enemies will say, "Fuck your genetic code," will be the secrets to aging. Like they'll find the gene and the protein for turning off the aging process in the cells, and he
mm,
will actually live forever, and he will become this godlike, like Neo from the
that's awesome.
Matrix, almost. You
Like
know?
Neo, yeah.
Yeah.
Is this open to everybody or just those two people? Just our two, our two
Our
fans.
two sponsors and anyone else who chooses to not be a douche and just sponsor us. Even though we'll be
Anti
gone, it's the
anti
idea.
douchery. Yeah.
Anti-douche, douchebaggery. You know, I was actually thinking about Alex Winters because this is years ago now. This is almost 10 years ago. The dude kickstarted a campaign to save Frank Zappa's home and studio and archive all his fucking body of work. And it was
Interesting.
successful.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's just so much shit. Like the amount of stuff Zappa produced and the
Oh
amount of stuff
yes.
he
He
conceived
was
that never
prolific,
saw
yeah.
the light of day. Like I know I've thrown out more than I've actually shown in terms of my writing and my artwork,
Yeah, but I
probably by a
mean,
factor of five.
granted your stuff is yeah, but I mean, granted your stuff is garbage compared to Frank Zappa.
No, mine is
No.
multi-use because in the
Ah,
forest
yes. It
when
could
you
be used
need to
as toilet
wipe,
paper. Yes.
yes, or to set ablaze a nice little stove oven, it's come in handy a lot
That's
of times because in my axiom is reuse, repurpose, recycle.
I like that. That's
Yes.
very kind of you. Very um, yeah, whatever that
Earthly,
is.
earthly. I think like
Well,
conscious,
respectful, very
respectful.
respectful,
Yeah,
conscientious.
yeah. I just don't want
That's
to.
that's what
I don't want to contribute to the waste management industrial complex.
I I I'm with you on that one. That's why I don't produce anything other than
Oh,
manure or of sort
yes,
poop.
yeah.
Poop. I produce that. Yeah, but I don't produce anything to keep our planet safe and clean. I'm doing my little part. I know it's a tiny.
You bring up an interesting phase, though. Is it really our planet, or are we the planet's, you know,
Yeah, I guess
horseflies or termites or
bacteria. Um,
parameciums?
it depends. I think contextually, our doesn't necessarily mean in the
60
possessive.
minutes.
Yeah, in the in the possessive form.
What is it? Oh,
Ours
we're just
as
associated with it.
participatory. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
participatory, maybe, Um, the importance of words and the context of which they're used in. Um,
Mhm.
although words have very specific meanings, those meanings do vary based on context and subtext and
Yes, like going back, if I call you a douchebag, you're not an actual apparatus meant to
exactly.
flush out
I'm not a
the
plastic.
vaginal
Yeah, I'm not a
cavity.
plastic. Right, I'm not a plastic bottle with a nozzle.
Yeah, you're not Massengill.
Well, yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess. uh, it's the. I don't know. Maybe going back to the existential conversation of yesterday.
Uh-huh.
Um,
About the beginning and
maybe
the
I am a
ending
plastic
of things.
nozzle.
Maybe, well, in theory, we all are everything, and that's where the ancients and the Aboriginals and whatnot understood better than we do in the modern age. That we are all part of the same ecosystem, the same planet. We
Yes.
we are of the earth.
So theoretically, so we've been told, and I'm, obviously paraphrasing because I'm not a scientist nor did I ever go to school or anything, but we are constantly told that we are so the universe, our entire universe is made up of the same ingredients, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the particles that make us up are the same particles that make up rocks and trees and
And
water
scissors
and
and paper.
stars and asteroids, right?
Yeah.
And so theoretically, I am a douchebag, and douche nozzle,
Yeah. I would like to think that I am
right?
Iron Man, but you know, following what you were just saying, we know that when we break down our tissues, right? They break down on the to different proteins and DNA and whatever. And we've seen with stem cells that a stem cell can become a muscle cell, a bone cell, an organ cell. It can become
Right.
anything, right? So that means it contains all
An
that
incel,
information. Yeah, well, definitely incels, lots of incels.
right?
But that means it contains all that information, right? So those proteins have the blueprints to become anything, okay? Then you break that
Yeah,
down even further. Those proteins and whatnot are made of chemicals of different atoms.
right.
So that means that any one of those atoms contains all the information to become any type of anything.
Isn't that the basic concept behind alchemy,
Yeah, that's true. Which is the
right? Transmutation,
forefather of yeah,
yeah, transmutation,
yeah.
because if everything is made up of the same ingredients, then theoretically everything could be transmuted into everything else.
And there is a practical proof in the pudding behind that
Mm,
concept. Mexican restaurants, they have three ingredients and they can make anything out of that. You know what I mean? It's a beautiful
absolutely.
thing.
Yes, absolutely. They could have a 27-page menu based on those three ingredients.
Yeah.
Just like just like that wonderful piece of pop culture behind you
Castle
from this
Grayskull.
point of view.
Yeah.
Yeah, from this point of view, um, that's like an orangutan, or
Oh yeah.
possibly a gorilla.
Good possibility.
So, in its existence, not only is it a molded piece of plastic, it is also a gorilla skull, orangutan skull. Well,
With the
no,
almost
orangutan
like
would
a
have
crown too.
the
It's like
things.
the King Gorilla, King Kong, if you will.
King gorilla. Is that related? Are those like the female kangaroos? King gorillas,
King Gorillas, yes, yes, they're the ones
or
without
are
pouches.
those are the Latino kangaroos, the king gorillas?
No, that would be Kangaroo X.
King gorillas. I like that. I
King
like that.
Gorillas.
You
It's an interesting name for a band too.
or an insult. You
Yes,
fucking king gorilla.
King Gorilla. Oh hey, hey, that
Oh,
sounds that sounds a little bit too close to the edge. And you are an edge lord, so it's you got to keep it easy. But if we go
by the power of Edgelord.
by the power of Edgelord, I have
Uh,
erection. But we bring up Mattel, and and I just wanted
Edgelord.
to make sure that
It just hit me. I just got Edgelord.
live on TV. Good
Just got
thing.
it now. 7 minutes later.
Good thing we are not meant for we would be the
Whew.
equivalent of, instead of adults only rating or mature,
Yeah,
we would be like immature rating, right?
yeah. This would be for uh, the existential lower tier.
Echelon, the
Yeah,
lowest. Yeah,
the
well,
lowest echelon.
people would argue that we, and by oh crap, by we
There
I
you go.
mean our generation, Gen X, has a pretty severe Peter Pan complex, right?
Is that what
Uh,
they call it nowadays?
well, yes, well,
For
met,
Cialis, that's why we take Cialis for Peter Pan
yes,
complex.
exactly. That's why. That's precisely the only reason. No,
Peter Pan is.
Peter Pan is.
I have a case of Peter Panis.
If you dress it up like an elf, you have a different issue there. Like
True,
the furries, dude.
true.
To each their own.
Man, can you imagine being a king gorilla? A king gorilla with a Peter Panis
Complex.
complex.
Yeah.
Um, Self-proclaimed edge lord.
that would be a great title. I present to thee, Bobby, the King Gorilla, owner of the Peter Panis complex, and Edgelord Extraordinaire. the Extraordinaire. The Extraordinaire is a great thing. I remember the first time I heard someone refer to themselves as Esquire. And I was
Yeah,
like, what the fuck? I was a kid. So I was like,
that
you're a
was
magazine?
right before they got the shit kicked out of them.
I'm an esquire. Wasn't that one character in Seinfeld who liked to be referred to himself as maestro? The I think
Oh, I
Elaine
don't
was dating
recall
him,
that.
and he
I
was a
don't
musical
recall that.
conductor, and
Yeah,
he'd get mad if people wouldn't call him maestro.
that's no, I don't recall that. But that sounds like that. Well, it's quite hysterical actually.
I mean, if you got to label yourself as something, right? We're now in the era where you can choose what you wish to be called, and people have to consent to that, to calling you that, right? So, what
Yeah.
would you go around having yourself be called? Like maestro? You would be a professor, I think.
Um. Yes, absolutely. Having never gone to school at all, I wasn't even homeschooled. I literally just I
You
nothing.
didn't even have a home. I've
No,
heard.
no,
Yeah.
no. I was running the cobblestone streets, sun baked, shiny cobblestone streets of Mediterranean island.
And you were selling artisanal what was it called? Sun-dried tomatoes, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
with I remember I have fond memories of throwing meatballs, splooshing into sun-dried tomato pots of sauce, splooshing.
Wouldn't it be wasteful though to just throw meatballs?
No, not if you're throwing them into the sauce, like basketball, I
Ah,
guess. One of the earliest.
what would you call basketball in the native Italian tongue?
Who says I'm
Like,
Italian?
let's just say.
How would I know? I'm not Italian.
Well, then I'll ask you in French and then in Spanish and
In the
Portuguese
Romance
in
languages,
the
okay?
Romance. Yes.
Yeah.
What would it be? What would it be called if it was a direct translation, just like the insults we were talking about? If you directly, literally translated.
The compound word you're
Yes.
saying just
Yeah.
that would be a in Spanish it would be una boya de carne.
Oh, interesting. Boya de
Una
carne.
pelota o una pelota
Pelota.
de carne. Una pelota de
Pelota de
carne.
carne. De carne. That's a good one.
Which
So,
is funny because it would also be una pelota de carne pelada, uh, which means a ball of meat that's hairless,
hairless
or bald
balls.
or
Hairless
bald.
balls are
Yeah,
really in right now, I heard, you
but
know?
that could be the title of our first album, Pelota de carne pelada.
We're talking about a comedy album like Mel Brooks and Carl
No,
Reiner,
I think it should
10,000
be like a
Heroes Man.
death metal. I think it should be a death metal album.
Death metal? What if it's like a
Yeah.
death metal flamenco, like hybrid?
Dude, what if we start a band? Oh my God. All right. So you know how yesterday we talked about the homeless guy from the piazza
Yeah,
in
yeah,
Santa Yor?
the
Okay.
ginger hobo with
Yeah, the ginger
peg
hobo.
leg
What
monowheel.
what if Okay, so let's call him after we do all right. So first we invite him to do the to be a guest, right?
Yeah, yeah.
When he's on, we tell him that we're putting our band together,
Okay.
right? And it's gonna be because he seems like he would be a metal dude, right? With the hair and the beard and
You would
the
think. You would
the
think.
mono wheel. You know, I don't know. It
You never
just
know.
seems that way.
He might
You
be
never
really
know.
into hip hop.
Or Italo disco. Who knows? But we could ask him. Well, maybe we could do a fusion. A fusion. We could be like a folk, because you would be like the folk musician, right?
Me?
Yeah, I would be the punk rock metal guy.
I would be the
He
harmonica
could be
player.
got it, or the skin flute.
Definitely.
Yeah.
My specialty.
Anyway, so we take our combined expertise and we make a power trio and we start recording um, Jehovah Witness death metal. It's death metal with a purpose to save fucking humanity, dude.
The album title would have to be The Watchtower then. It would just have to be.
No, it would be pelota peladas de carne.
Wait, what? Hairless, right?
Hairless.
Hairless.
Pelotas pelada de carne.
I mean, hairless
I
is,
like that.
apropos, but
Yes. Well, for you, I have a huge head.
you just have a huge head
Just
because it can barely contain your
literally,
ego.
you
It's
know,
just so
this.
fucking huge. You don't see the perspective. That's actually a
No, you don't. That's
warehouse
why I
you're
sit.
in,
That's
like an
yes,
Amazon warehouse.
and that's why I'm not sitting at a desk on a with a chair like every podcaster does,
That's true.
because I have to sit so low to the ground so that I have space as not to hit my head onto the
Yeah,
trusses of the
yeah.
warehouse space.
So,
Um,
it reminds me of one time we were doing challenges. We would, would you rather the thing the kids play now?
oh
Would you?
Jesus!
But ours is like, which power would you rather have if you were a superhero?
Oh,
Like
I see. Yeah,
one of those, and everyone always does invisibility, super strength, flight, this and that. But I came up with two really distinct power sets
yeah.
uh, that created quite the conundrum in people. They legitimately couldn't determine which one they wanted. The one power set is that you can sweat so profusely that you shoot out torrents of water from your armpits and flood your enemies to death. That's the one power. The other
Or make
power,
him vomit, or make him
yeah,
vomit.
yeah. The other choice was you would mesmerize your enemy almost like a king cobra. You're staring, your eyes are spinning, and your head would slowly grow larger until it was too big for your neck muscles to support it, and it would crush your enemy. Which one would you choose? Consider you already sweat profusely as is. You don't wear
uh,
those layers because you're cold. You wear them to just soak up
to soak up, to soak up the
everything.
fluids, to
You're the
soak up the
human
fluids.
anti-sponge.
Wait, why would I be an anti-sponge if I'm
Well,
soaking everything up?
no, the clothes are soaking up all your sweat. You're just sweating so much right now that
Because as a
yeah,
human, I'm an anti-sponge,
yeah.
meaning I don't retain or suck up any liquids,
Well, you suck up, but
fluids.
you don't
Well,
suck
no,
fluids. Is what you're saying?
no, no. My superpower would be nowhere as involved or as complicated as yours. Mine
Well,
is very,
what would it
very
be?
simple, but in its simplicity, it has immense complexity because of what it actually does.
Okay.
So when I was 17,
Mm-hmm.
I discovered a book that I have to say, as of today, it is probably still my all-time favorite book. Maybe my second all-time favorite book.
What was it called?
It was called The Fermata
The
by
Fermata.
by Nicholas Nicholson Barker,
Uh-huh. Is it
and
published by Random House or Penguin?
neither one of those are our sponsors, by the way, because we
Nor
don't
will
even
they
know.
ever be.
Nor will they ever be, because we don't know if in 2076 5 they'll even be around. So,
It's true.
or books for that matter. Anyway, so he's a great, great writer. And so I'm 17. I discovered this book at the library, believe it or not, out of all places.
I
Because,
kind of believe that.
it's weird. It's weird that a book would be at the library.
Oh, for our
But,
future viewers, children's, the library is a place that used
that's,
to
yeah,
house books
good
that you would
idea.
go in with a card that your identification used to be on plastic cards that you would give, and you would receive a book at no cost. They would loan it to you for a certain
Yeah,
amount
a
of
period
time.
of time. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And
that was fantastic.
if you were late, you had to pay a late fee, like 10 cents a day. And if you were really late, they would put you in indentured servitude.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, that was a great. Those were great, great places.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, they
What?
still exist. They still exist.
Yeah, kind of.
So anyway, so I check out this book, right, and I go home and I actually start reading it on my way home, and
On the bus?
as a matter of fact, yes,
Yeah.
it was a
So,
bus.
viewers at home, a bus was a large transportation vehicle that used to take many people for really
Public,
cheap. Public.
public transportation,
Yeah.
public transportation. So anyway, so I get home and man, 20 pages into it, I'm
You were
I'm
edging.
masturbating. Yeah, I started edging, and it's lasted like 38 years.
Mm-hmm.
This edge because I keep reading the book. Anyway, the fantastic. It's a book about a young man who, quite young, discovers that by um, manipulating or touching, doing certain motions with some items,
Mm-hmm.
and they're throughout his life they change. They're different items, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But by touching and manipulating them in certain ways, he's able to stop time.
Ooh.
And it is quite interesting because he addresses this power as a teen or as an adolescent, then as a teen, then as a.
That's the animal.
Speaking of which, so as he grows older, he tells us stories of how because it becomes a thing for him where
Yeah.
he's able. And it's funny that as he grows and his life goes forward, there are periods of time where uh, this thing doesn't actually work. So he goes 10, 12 years, 5 years, I don't remember exactly, but he does go long periods of time without even, being able until he finds another object
What's it called
that
again?
he discovers. It's called the Fermata, Fermata,
Uh-huh. And who's it
which
by?
is a Nicholson Baker,
Huh, interesting.
which is the Fermata is a musical uh, thing. It's when writing music and you have a pause.
Yeah,
That's a fermata, which
interesting.
in
I,
Italian it means a stop.
I'm interested to read it because I like this notion of an object having a life and a soul in itself, you
Well,
know?
so going back to we are everything.
Mm-hmm.
If we're made
Yeah,
out of the same stuff, right?
yeah.
So the hidden, which is a greater philosophical. Yes, it's a boy and a man that this is happening to, and it's a male writer who's writing this. So therefore, it's there's a high level of sexuality because that's how men are. We are, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. Besides the point, that's a different discussion. But um, at face value, right? It's a dude writing fantasies, sexual fantasies about
Mm-hmm.
stuff.
Yeah.
But it's it's really not that. It's a much deeper. Not only is it existential, but it's deeply, deeply philosophical because by speaking about what is happening to you, uh, he's really addressing the importance of the object, because it's the object that gateways to this world, right?
Yeah,
And it's at talking about the inherent life and existence of that object. So is the object lifeless?
yeah.
And who's to say that, say, this object, which by all intents and purposes is just a belt buckle, but who's to say that if not, if you touch it or use it or manipulate it in a certain way, that this thing actually has a different purpose, a higher purpose or
Yeah,
a
it's
lower
a it's a
purpose.
totem. It's a totem. It becomes a totem. It channels our own spiritual, intellectual, emotional energies.
Yeah.
That's why objects have meaning to people, you know?
So that would be my superpower. I would be able to stop time so I can
So that
look
you
up your
can
skirt.
masturbate and
And look up your skirt. Yeah, absolutely. That's really what it all comes down to, is
that
the
was the most I
edge
think
master
yeah, Edgelord.
was Edgelord.
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 I think that this soliloquy is an
Yeah.
object lesson in how to get to the point in a very long way. It's the only
It's
way. It's
sporadic. It's sporadic, right? I
spontaneous
mean, it was spontaneous.
and
It was
soliloquicious.
sporadically, and it was so
So
liquicious.
that was so liquicious. I loved it.
And on that racist joke, you should probably stop it then.
Yeah, I should.